So Arrived is a fintech platform that really is aiming to remove the barriers of entry for real estate investing. So what our platform does is it makes it easy for investors of all shapes and sizes to buy shares of single family homes and vacation rentals, a lot like stocks. So they can then earn the passive rental income as well as participate in the long-term appreciation of those properties.
Welcome to Business Ninjas, brought to you by WriteForMe, where you'll hear from business leaders who are out there growing their business and slaying it every day. Learn from the masters. Let's get started.
Hi, and welcome to another episode of Business Ninjas. I'm here today with Bret Neuman, Head of Brand and Content at Arrived. How you doing today, Bret?
I'm doing well. Pleasure to be here.
Oh, my pleasure. Thanks for spending some time with us here on Business Ninjas. Please tell us a little bit about yourself and about Arrived.
Yeah, so currently I am the head of brand and content at Arrive. I'm, been in the brand marketing, social marketing game for going on 15 years now, since the early days of social media marketing. Currently I run the brand and content team here at Arrive, which comprises, our email team, our blog, video, social, etc.
Excellent. And please tell everyone a little bit about Arrived and what they do.
Yeah, great. Yeah, so Arrived is a fintech platform that really is aiming to remove the barriers of entry for real estate investing. So what our platform does is it makes it easy for investors of all shapes and sizes to buy shares of single family homes and vacation rentals, a lot like stocks. So they can then earn the passive rental income as well as participate in the long-term appreciation of those properties.
That's very interesting. Fractional real estate ownership. I love it. And what's the origin of the company? How long has Arrived been around?
Yeah, so we've been around for, 3 or 4 years at this point in time, and really kind of came from a desire for, our founders really were looking to open access to the wealth building potential of real estate that has really not been available to every person, whether that's inability to raise the capital required to buy a single family home, or just lack of knowledge of operational knowledge to be a landlord, or just not wanting to deal with like the taxes, the toilets, and all of those kind of like late night phone calls that you might get from your residents to come and fix something, but still wanting to kind of participate in that long-term wealth building potential of real estate investing, which is, over years has been a really solid form of an important asset class for people that are looking to build long-term wealth.
Not to be flip, but taxes and toilets, I don't think anybody wants to deal with it. And we're in that time of year where nobody wants to have the tax conversation. And in terms of impediments to ownership, the cost of money right now is another one that this has to be very appealing to a lot of people who just say, oh, the interest rates are such that I cannot buy a home outright. I'll just another time, another place. How many properties does Arrived own at this point?
So currently we funded, I think, something 208 plus ish properties on the platform. So Arrive does not own any of the platforms. All the properties are 100% owned by the investors. But we facilitate the buying and then the preparation for sale on our property, split those into individual LLCs, and then bring in the investors who then fund the properties that they choose to bring into their portfolios.
Understood. Thank you for clarifying. Any particular part of the country they operate in, or is this 50 states?
Yeah, well, we're constantly looking for new markets. We're really, I think we're in something in the order of 15 markets or so right now. A lot of Sun Belt, a lot of like up and coming hubs for, whether that be like business or remote workers or other opportunities, where, there's really a strong renter base. There's opportunity to really, whether there's a need for more rental stock on the market, or just good investment opportunities. We're kind of in all of those areas.
Interesting. And typically I ask what makes you stand out from your competition. Is anyone else doing this?
Well, we are the first SEC qualified fractional real estate investing platform that's able to sell to both accredited and non accredited investors. There's other people in the space that have some, variation or similar kind of offerings, but really, we were the first to get into the space to really replicate that kind of single family home landlord experience, but across multiple properties fractionally.
Excellent, excellent. And what are the common problems that you're solving for your clients?
Yeah, like I said, I mean, it can be everything from, as simple as, I'm a younger person that moves every couple of years, so I'm not really have a great opportunity to put down roots and buy a single family home that is going to be my primary residence that I can then, start earning that equity in. Or, I don't have the capital to really raise $50,000 or to put a down payment on a house that I'm going to be a landlord. Or maybe I do have the capital, but I don't want to put all my eggs in one basket and have a potential market that is not going to do well, or something happens to the property that then tanks my whole investment. So it's interesting because we see both those kind of retail investors that are coming in that are dipping a toe in the water, buying $100 in shares of properties here and there, all the way through, accredited investors that see this as a good opportunity to really diversify their assets across different markets or different types of housing, or, across vacation rentals and single family residential. So it really does take a whole, like I said, investors of all shapes and sizes really do take advantage of the platform.
I think you just answered my next question, which is what is the entry level to invest with your company? And literally $100 can get you a shingle on someone's house.
Yeah, we say that you can, in 4 minutes and $100, you can be a homeowner, which is really cool.
4 minutes and $100, you can be a homeowner. That's quite a line. Now you've been in content and marketing for 15 years, did you say? Yes.
Yeah, I mean, all the way for, yeah, it's been a while.
Tell me about what role content and content marketing have played in the growth of Arrived.
Yeah, so I've been in role here at Arrive for a little over 6 months, and really what's been great about this company is the market fit has been so strong that it is not necessarily, my first concern is not new customers like it has been as a marketer in other roles, where it's like, how are we, how is brand essentially operating as a growth marketer as well to bring in new customers to the platform. So it gives us the opportunity to really spend some more time to do that, the long-term trust building and differentiating ourselves from other potential competitors, or, at the very least, like growing a brand new category. So content marketing for us is really important, both from, educating a new learning retail investor to arm them with the knowledge they need to make savvy investing decisions, all the way through, meeting potential investors where they live, whether that be through like search optimized, content for someone that might be doing research on whether or not they want to buy a single family home or operate a vacation rental on their own, and in the process learn more about Arrived as an offering, and understand that that's an option that's available to them that they may not have been aware of previously.
What are the most fruitful outlets for Arrive these days in terms of social media?
Really, we're finding word of mouth is our strongest channel. So just building an audience and interacting with the hardcore early adopters for the platform, and giving them a voice and opportunities to spread amongst their social graph has been really helpful for us, as well as, even just like the building blocks of ensuring you have the right type of content and you're surfacing it in the user journey as people sign up for the site. Because this is, like I said, it's a brand new category. We're a relatively new company. So people take that step of investing their hard-earned money very seriously. So building that trust and showing like, here's why you should trust us as a platform. Here's, transparency around how we operate, and here's how you even navigate the platform. all of those kind of roll up into the type of content that my team is producing.
You are speaking my language. It's all about expertise, authority, and trust and transparency. There are just too many options out there at this point. People absolutely have to know why they should be doing business with you. And, that's your job to tell that story. What sort of people are investing in I'm sure it's all across the gamut, but what sort of people are investing in Arrived?
Yeah, I mean, it really does take all kinds. I mean, in doing some of the deep dives into customer cohorts that we've seen, it's anywhere from, younger millennials that are early adopters into technology platforms that are treating real estate investing much the way that they would fractional stock ownership, like something like a Robinhood. It's a
Yep.
very analogous to that type of experience, all the way through like much older folks that have been traditional landlords that are either wanting to have less, they don't have the opportunity to have boots on the ground to be fixing the toilets and the and things like of that nature, or really just want a more passive income type of experience. So it really, and that's what's both interesting and challenging in my role, is like, how do you speak to those vastly different cohorts of potential customer without potentially alienating one or the other. So we're trying to really figure out like what our resourcing is for content across, like, I'm a brand new newbie investor that has no idea what is real estate investing, all the way through I'm a savvy real estate investor that's trying new platforms and really dipping my toe into a lot of different diversified investment opportunities.
No, tone is everything in content. If you're speaking to a millennial versus one of our parents, there's a very different tact you have to take to gain the trust of that person, or to let them know that you are trustworthy with their money. Has the volatility in the crypto market and the terrible news cycle around it had a positive impact on your business?
We definitely see people that are looking for other less volatile opportunities, which real estate is a tried and true stable method of, that has consistently outperformed S&P 500, with the FTXs of the world and a lot of the uncertainty in the crypto market. We certainly see alt investors that are looking for other safer havens, potentially safer havens for their investments. So we've definitely heard that with some of our new investors, for sure.
Yeah, I would think that would be a huge opportunity for you. Typically, I ask how you've been able to grow the business through COVID. I know you've only been there for a few months, but what's your sense of what the last couple of years have been like for Arrived?
It's just a real huge opportunity. I think, even speaking internally as a business, we're a fully remote company. So this whole like new way of operating that for a lot of businesses was highly disruptive. Having a distributed workforce that is not necessarily all centrally located in an office, that's nothing new for us. So I think, and I think that there's been a lot of opportunity for, just folks having more time being plugged into online platforms or mobile platforms and wanting to experiment with additional ways to manage their finances. We've been, I think, really well positioned to be an answer for a lot of folks.
Excellent. Well, take a turn. What is something you'd like to be celebrating personally and professionally 1 year from today?
Yeah, 1 year. Working for a startup, like having the clarity to look 1 year down the line is not something I spend a lot of time thinking about. It's more like, what are we going to do next quarter? But
Yep.
I think, if I'm looking a year ahead, I would really, my goal is to grow this new category and make it as ubiquitous as other options for investors. I think that real estate is just such a no-brainer in terms of having it as a portion of your asset class. You look at any wealthy individual and they have a dedicated percentage, and being able to truly democratize that and make it to where anybody can with any level of capital and or knowledge come in and have some participation in that is really exciting to me. So like a year from now, if we could have this category be ubiquitous amongst real estate investors, and over the course of that time, like allow my team and myself to grow professionally and personally in our journey, then I'd be a really happy camper.
Right. Hey, it's an excellent goal. And if you achieve your goals, then people are thriving, right? You're lifting people up who would never have a chance to own a home and to get into the real estate game. So I love what you guys are doing. I wish you all the best in that endeavor. Please tell everyone what your URL is, where they can find Arrived, and what social media outlets you're using these days.
Yeah, so you can find us at arrive.com, and on social, our handles, we're actively posting on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, soon to be spending some more time on TikTok and other platforms. At Arrived Homes, you can find us there.
Well, obviously, when we talk about tone of content, it's a little different on LinkedIn than it is on TikTok, isn't it? Slightly different audience. Again, Bret Neuman, thank you for spending some time with us today. Fascinating. And I wish you all the best of luck establishing that new segment of commerce out there.
It's been great chatting with you.